Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to talk about my weekly favorites. I'm really enjoying doing this, I guess it's a series, it's kind of weird, but I'm really enjoying doing it. I love collecting the stuff that I'm putting together. I like seeing how it looks. I like the different combinations. I like seeing that I'm using a lot of my products and that things aren't just getting lost in the process. It's so much fun to do this. Guys, I can't tell you enough how much I absolutely enjoy spending time with y'all and sharing my love about makeup and lipstick and God. All those things just bring me so much joy, and I am just so grateful that you stopped by today to visit so we can chat about some of the stuff I wore this week. So let's get right into it. So guys, the way that I do this is that basically I do my looks around a particular palette or palettes, and if it's something that needs, supporting cast. And so today, the first one I want to talk about is what I'm wearing right now, and it's Violet Voss's Holy Grail palette. I got this last year. Last year, I was so blessed that several people gave me Sephora gift cards, and it was right for my birthday, if I'm not wrong, and I was able to save the monies and use it during the 20% off sale. And I thought, you know what, I want to go ahead and give this palette a try. So I'm going to go ahead and open it up so I can share with y'all what it looks like. Let me get rid of the sleeve real quick, the plastic sleeve. This is the palette right there. That is the Holy Grail palette. And I have to say that I like it. It's a good palette. I really do enjoy it. It's a warm palette, as you guys can tell. There's really not any cool shadows in this palette at all. So I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a few swatches, and they're right here. You guys can see them right there. The first one right here is Cranberry Squash. The one right next to it is How You Doing. The more gold shimmer shade is Toffee. And then right on my knuckles, I don't know if you guys can see it really well, is the shade Transition. And actually that's one of my favorite shades in the whole palette, because for a warm shadow, that is like probably my perfect transition. And so I can't say anything bad about it so far. I've enjoyed it. Before I had my medical treatment this year, I had been using it. I didn't use it a lot because, like I said, it kind of wandered into my daughter's room, but I've really been enjoying it, and I'm really grateful that that I'm able to pull it out and get to enjoy it again. Also, with the look that I did that day and today, I pulled out my OFRA Miami Fever liquid lip would be the word I'm looking for. And this stuff is so good. Honestly, I really do like OFRA's formula. I have this one, and I have Laguna Beach. I think it is Laguna Beach. That's it right there on the corner right there. That would be Miami Fever. Kathleen Lights is the one that I guess created it for OFRA, and I love Kathleen Lights. I just think she's just a darling young girl, and I love watching her. She just knows so much about makeup, and her nail polishes. Guys, I love Kathleen Lights nail polish. But anyways, long story short, back to Miami Fever. It is very much a fall shade that I love wearing during this time of year. It's got that burnt orange look, as you guys can see on my lips. It's just like a burnt orange. It's got a little bit of pumpkin maybe to it. I love that. It goes so well with the Violet Voss palette. I cannot say, I just think it's a beautiful, beautiful color story together. Also on that day, I pulled out my the Balm's Take Home the Bronze in the shade Oliver, and I will give you guys a glimpse. It's right here. Oops, I am definitely blinding you. It's right there. And then I also got the Gen Nude blush right here. I think this is like a deluxe sample. It came in a mini kit with a Gen Nude lip gloss that I got, and I bought it from Ulta. Anyways, and I have it in the color Pink Me Up. Anyways, I love the Gen Nude blushes. They go on very smoothly. They're very blendable. So is the same thing with this one as well. It's such a blendable contour. I really do enjoy it. It helps to give the shadow effect that I like to have underneath my chin without it looking like, I packed on a bunch of dark stuff under there. So I really do enjoy that. For my skin on that day, I pulled out something that I found that I guess I must have put it away last summer, and I just didn't even think to go back and get it out. And so I just recently pulled it back out, and it's my BBcream from Garnier in the color Light Medium. I'm trying to use up all the foundations that I have open right now. I have 3 that I'm just trying to, push through and get them used up before the new year, because I just want to pull out some new stuff or get some new stuff to try. I'm kind of tired of all of these. However, you know, I don't want to be wasteful, so I want to use up what I own. And I do enjoy the BB Garnier cream. I really have to do a little bit of moisturizing before I use this product, and hence that's why I used the particular primer I used, and it would be Laura Geller's Spackle in Hydrating. I enjoy this product because it gives my skin just a little bit of hydration, which I really need when I'm using something like this. So then underneath my eyes, I pulled in my Conceal and Define from Makeup Revolution, and this one's in the color C3. So I'll give you a swatch of C3. It's right there. It helps brighten my eyes. It helps brighten underneath my eyes because I do tend to have shadows underneath my eyes, and so that's the one I happened to pull out when and then I set everything with my IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores. As you guys know, I've told you that I've been working on this area. By using something like Bye Bye Pores, I'm helping to camouflage the fact that they're there. You know, pores never really disappear. They're there. Once they're opened, you have to kind of work on keeping them as clean as you can, and then, you know, camouflaging them the best you can. And IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores is so good in doing that. Now on my eyes, to serve as a base for the eyeshadows, I pulled in my e.l.f. glitter and glue for any shimmer that I have on my lid and in my inner corner. And then I pulled out my favorite, the IT Cosmetics Superhero Mascara. I love it. It's what I have on right now. And I got one in my was it my BoxyCharm? I think it was my BoxyCharm, or maybe it was the Ipsy bag. I don't know. I got one and I'm really happy because now I have a replacement for it. And then I used my Anastacia brow definer. I like it. It's in the color Ebony. I really enjoy this product because it is it's got like a cool undertone. It's almost like a dark soft brown, so I really do enjoy this brow definer right now in the season where, you know, I want my brows to be just slightly a little bit more defined. So lastly, for my highlight on that day and today, I pulled out my Laura Mercier highlighter in the color 01, and this is a deluxe mini, I think, and I got it in a Sephora favorites box that I got, I think it was a couple years ago, and it's kind of domed, as you guys can tell. I've already worn off on the dome. It's a baked product, and it just gives you a very soft natural highlight. It is not a BAM kind of a highlight, and right there, that's it on the bottom right there. And then you can see it. It's a very natural highlight, and it's very similar to another product that I'm about to pull in for my second look. But I thought it was kind of interesting and maybe not so much of a coincidence that I happened to pull into very natural highlights. Those tend to be the ones that I enjoy the most on my skin. So guys, this right here is my look and swatches. Anyways, as you look at it, I'm sure you can appreciate that it is just a very beautiful, warm palette right there on my hand. It wears beautifully. All of the products that I just talked to you guys about, I really have enjoyed. I can't say anything bad about anything I've worn earlier this week or I'm wearing right now. So guys, I'll move on to my second look. So for my second look, I pulled in my Colourpop Fame palette. I think this is a really nice cool tone palette. It is newer to my collection, and I really do enjoy the color story inside of this palette. It is very much a cool tone palette. It has a lot of light shades of eyeshadow, so I'm not sure if everyone, you know, all skin tones can wear this palette. I can tell you that I like it very much for a cool toned palette. So I want to go ahead and give you guys some swatches, and here they are. The first one right in this corner right up here, that one is Razzle. The next one to it is Clubhouse, the one that's a little bit more gray. The one after that is Dazzle. That's that beautiful shimmery taupiness right there. And then the last one, right by my knuckles, that one is Extravaganza. Guys, these just, oh my goodness, I can't say how good this palette is. To be honest with y'all, I think of all my Colourpop palettes, I think this is probably the one I like the best. I would say this one and the Double Entendre palette. And they're both polar opposites. One's a little bit more neutral warm, and then this one is definitely in the neutral cool side. And that's kind of like what I really am enjoying about this Fame palette, is that yes, it's a cool palette, but it does have some very neutral shades in it. And on that day, I pulled out my Tarte, what are these called? Total Color Splash lipstick, and I have it in the color Weekender. And I'll go ahead. I just love the tube. Isn't that really pretty? I love the turquoisey, watery kindness. And so that's the color right there. I tend to, when I wear like a cool tone shadow palette, it doesn't work really well on me to wear a cool tone lipstick. So I will pull in something like this one. And I just really enjoy this formula. It applies very smoothly. It does not bleed, at least on me, on my lips. It lasts a long time on the lips. And then when it fades away very gracefully. I can't say any more nice things about these particular lipsticks. I also, on that day, I pulled out for my cheeks and my contour my Model's Own Sculpt and Glow Cream to Powder Bronzer in Deep Gold. So one of those things, one of those products that has always been on my wish list is the Chanel de Soleil, is it called? It's like a cream bronzer, and every YouTuber out there that talks about it in such a beautiful way. And I think it was Jessica Braun, I saw her talk about this being very similar to that, and I was like, yes, please. $5 or is it $6? I can do that. I just have a hard time throwing down $50 for a bronzer. I just do. So anyways, I don't know how it performs in comparison to the Chanel de Soleil, but I can tell you that I like this one quite a bit. It's right here. That's it right there. That would be in Deep Glow. I was looking for the lighter shade because I tend to do better usually with the lighter tones and whatever I'm buying, you know, light, fair. That's typically the colors that I buy, ivory. And they didn't have it at my particular Ulta, but I have to tell you guys, in the Deep Glow, it works really well. I don't think I will try the other one at all. I'll just finish up this one. It's gonna be a bit because it's quite big. And also on that day, I pulled out another cream product for my cheeks, and I pulled out the Peachy Rose blush from H&M. And again, it's their Pure Velvet Cream Blusher. And here it is. And it's so pretty. It's so feminine, and it gives you a beautiful flush on your cheeks. It just gives you just a little bit of color. I just love that. With my dark hair, I tend to, it's right here. It's right there. I tend to, you know, kind of bring a little bit of light to this part of my face simply because my hair is so dark and it can take over really quickly. Also on that day, I pulled out my Garnier BB with the Laura Geller hydrating because again, when I wear one, I typically will wear a hydrating product. And also on that day, I pulled out my Inglot gel eyeliner. I bought this a couple of years ago and it's still going strong, and I use it really regularly. I don't think I'll ever run out of it because they give you quite a bit. Anyways, I pulled it out and I used it with my Sigma, what number is this? The Sigma E06. It's the Sigma E06 right there. I like this. It's a good gel eyeliner. But I have to tell you that I prefer my Essence gel eyeliner pencil, and I got this at Ulta, and it's $1.99. And now this is the old one in the green, but this is what it looks like now. Typically, if I have an order for Ulta and I'm like needing $1 or $2 to get the free shipping, I'll throw one of these in there. I also use this brush to clean up around my nail beds when I do my nails. I just think it's a really good brush. It's really kind of stiff, which is what the Sigma one is not. And let me go ahead and put that gel eyeliner down so I can show you guys the difference. This is the Sigma one, and it is slightly stiff with a very flimsy tip, whereas this one, it's just a stiff brush. And because it's like that, you can almost go in and stamp your mini wing, because I don't do a big wing. I think this one was 14 and this one was 2. So I have to tell you that of the two, if I was going to recommend one, I would tell you go get this one. It works really well. And lastly, on that look, what products that I want to share would be my Essence Pure Nude highlighter, very similar to my Laura Mercier one. Here it is. Again, it's for pennies. This is, I think, $3.99, and this one is $40. And I'll show you guys side by side. It looks like this one is darker, but I'll go ahead and give you guys swatches of both on my hand. And there they are. The one on the bottom right here The one on the bottom is the Laura Mercier one, and the one on the top is the Essence one. Now, would I call them dupes of one another? No, not really, because the Laura Mercier one is just a slight bit lighter in tone, and the Essence one is a little bit, I would say, almost more golden in tone. However, when you buff them out on your cheek, on top of your cheek, or wherever you put and place it on your face, they really perform the same. And so if you're dying to have the one, just go ahead and get the other to try and see if that's what you like. Because in either case, neither is a blinding highlight. It's just a very natural highlight. And when you wear it, you know, it just looks like the sun is glistening upon you. You know, you're kind of glowing. And so they're both beautiful, and I do like them both. So for my third look, I pulled out a palette that I had wanted for a very long time, but I just really had a hard time spending the $36 I think that it cost. And so when my friend Jules on Instagram and just in life let me know that it was on sale, that they had it at Marshall's, I went on a hunt, and I was very lucky that I found it. It's a Natural Mattes palette by Too Faced. The original, I like the original tones inside of this palette better than the reformulation or the rebranding or whatever they want to call it. I prefer the tones in this one. I think the ones in the new palette are a little bit more mauvey, and this one's just slightly more into the warm, almost peachy tones. And so it's a really nice matte formulation. I really like it as it applies on the eyes. I can wear it alone just as a plain, you know, just with nothing else on it, just wear a matte look, and everything is in here. But sometimes I like to pop in with a little bit of a shimmer on top of my lid, as you guys know. And so on that day, I pulled in my Maybelline single eyeshadow in the color the Glow Down. Now, I'll go ahead and give you guys a swatch of a few of the shadows in both of these. Like, I'll definitely give you a swatch of this one because this is where all the shine came from. So here are some of the swatches from both the Natural Matte palette and that Glow Down. The one right here is all the shimmeriness. That's the Glow Down from Maybelline. That eyeshadow is like $3.99 at the drugstore, and with coupons and stuff, you can get it for pennies, and it just is so good. And then right here, the first one that you see right there is probably my favorite shadow in that whole Natural Matte palette, and it's Lace Teddy. I think it's so very pretty. And then the one right next to it, the brown one, that one's Chocolate Cookie, and it's just a nice warm brown. And then the last one that I have on my hand is Strapless, and that one is a very mauvey brown shade right there. And so these colors, they just are so easy to use. I went on a trip this summer, and this was the palette that I took, and I took a palette of shimmers. It was from Colourpop, the Semi Precious palette. I think it was the one I used last week, and between those two palettes I got so many different looks, and yet it was easy, it was small to travel with, it was safe and secure, nothing would happen. And so I'm really happy I got my hands on the old version. Also on that day, I pulled in my Rimmel Coral Glow blush and contour set. It's a little palette here, and it's so good, honestly guys. It's got a beautiful coral blush on the top. The contour shade is so wearable. It really does do what I want it to do. And then the highlight is a really good highlight, and that's actually what I wore on that day. I didn't use anything else. And then for my skin, for coverage, I pulled in my IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye, and I simply used it as a light foundation. I'll mix it into my sunblock, and I just kind of put it all over my face, and it serves as a very light foundation. Where I have a little bit of redness, which is around my nose, I then pulled in my IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Redness. I really like this product. It does cover up the redness around my nose. If I'm using you know, a light covering up foundation like I did on that day, then that's what I'll pull in to kind of help camouflage it there. And then for underneath my eyes, I pulled in the Erase, it's not Erase Paste, it's the Benefit Boing, and I have this one in the number 2. I like this product. I don't love this product. I like the Tarte one better, but I have it, so I'm going to use it, and maybe I'll grow to love it more and more as I keep using it. And then lastly, on that day, I pulled out my Lights Camera Splashes from Tarte. I love Lights Camera Lashes from Tarte. I think it's a beautiful mascara. However, on me, it smudges halfway down my face, and so I can't use that one on a regular basis. And so when I saw that they had the Lights Camera Splashes one, I got it, and I do like it. I don't like it as much as my IT Cosmetics Superhero, even though it's waterproof. Still smudges slightly right underneath my eyes right here. This is where I tend to smudge. So I will use it. I won't repurchase it. It's not that I don't love it that much, but I do think it's a really good mascara. And so lastly, my last lip product is something I love. I love this product, and it's the e.l.f. Bare Kiss, and it's again in that line of very comfortable lip products. It's your lips but better. I'll go ahead and give you a swatch of it, and I'm building it up quite a bit because guys, it's so sheer and it's such an easy formula to wear on your lips, and it's right there on the corner. Again, it's a warm kind of nude shade, and when you put it on your lips, it just wears so pretty. I am so happy that I have it. I wear it quite a bit. When you buy it, it sticks out slightly above the tube, and so I'm already inside of the tube, but when I show you how much I have left, guys, I don't know how I'll ever finish any of the lip products I own. So guys, that's what I wore. Those are the 3 looks that I wanted to share with you guys this week. So I hope that you get some ideas of products to pull out from your very own collection, or products that you might want to buy. I'm not going to encourage you to buy. I'm actually trying to go on a very low buy, and I'll be explaining that in some other videos. I want to use what I owned. If anything that my life has taught me in this year, where I came really close to not making it, is that enjoy what you do have. Don't be focused on what you don't. And I want to enjoy all the products that I own and use them all up as much as I can before they go bad or I just don't want to use them anymore. So I hope y'all have a great day. Thank you so much for stopping by, and guys, be blessed. Bye.